4 weeks of the high school football season have now come and gone. We thought week 4 would be a lot of close battles, a lot of rivalry games. There were rivalry games, but there were a ton of blowouts tonight. Things got out of hand quick in the best way, and it was exciting. We got a lot of high school football to bring us, so let's get right to it. 13 on Your Sidelines starts right now.
On Your Sidelines, sponsored by Rant Insurance Group.
That's awesome. I love it. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this Week 4 edition of 13 on Your Sidelines. I'm Jamal Spencer.
And I'm Mark Skoll Jr. There are a lot of great games on our radar tonight, but let's first introduce our guests.
That would be the polite thing to do. Tonight in the studio, we have the cheerleaders from Kennewood Hills High School and the cheerleaders from Comstock Park High School.
We got two cheerleaders wearing helmets, too. I'm not sure if anyone noticed that. Last year, Rockford won the OK Red title after thumping Caledonia in Week 9, but the Scots got the last laugh when they beat the Rams 2 weeks later in a playoff thriller that ended up being the game of the year.
Man, that was fun. Caledonia then went on to play in the state title game, so needless to say, there was a lot potentially at stake when the two squared off tonight. That's why this matchup at Carlson Munger Stadium is our game of the week. It was a beautiful night for football, over 12,000 in attendance tonight, and what a start. You guessed it, Brock Townsend takes the opening kickoff, sets the tone. The Beast returns it virtually untouched. He's into the end zone, sending the Caledonia fans into a frenzy. That's how you make an unwelcome start if you're a visiting team. 7-0 Scots. Still in the first, Rockford ball. Ryan Ahern gets the carry, follows his blocks around to the left where he finds his way into the end zone, and it's a tie ball game, 7-7. Second quarter, Isaac Poot on the punt return. Eventually, here you go. Poot on the punt return, sniffs out a hole in that coverage unit, and he's heading down the sideline. Makes a guy miss, and there he goes. Cutting it back for the score. That's another big play. Rockford goes up 14-7. They would lead 14-10 at the half. So, third quarter, more big plays. This time, they go to the air. Quarterback Drake Irwin drops back. He's hit as he throws, but gets enough on it to hit Camden Cruz. Inga slips the tackle, takes it all the way to the end zone for another Rockford score. Way to stand tall in the pocket for the quarterback. It was 21-10. Still in the third quarter, Irwin at it again. This time, Brody Phillips. Nice catch just inside the 20, races past everyone for the score. 28-10. You know what? What the heck? How about one more time in the third quarter? Because when you're good, and when you're great, it's even better. Irwin had the hot hand. He's looking for Bowie Camden cruising. This one just past two Scott defenders. That put him up 35-10. Rockford goes on to win 42-16.
Come out at halftime is a way to make a move. I'm proud of the way the guys listen to adjustments, listen to their coaches, and come out swinging in the second half. That was great to see.
I've been throwing to Cam since middle school, so we really just got the connection. I know where to put the ball. He'll always run under it.
Now, I was talking to Rockford earlier this week. You know, people who know the Rockford football program think of Ralph Munger, think of ground and pound, fullbacks, tight ends. That is gone. They can still play power football, but that team's got speed and space.
Oh, way in the past for them. The pass game is unbelievable. Drake Irwin, unbelievable again. He could be the MVP of next week for his performance tonight against Caledonia. And I was looking at the schedule, Jamal. I don't think there's a game Rockford loses the rest of the regular season. 400-plus
passing yards, 3 touchdowns for Irwin. Like I said, this spread offense is dangerous. Well done, Rockford. Now to our only other battle of undefeated teams tonight. Hamilton and Allendale squared off to stay perfect.
The Hawkeyes have already won more games than they did last year, and the Falcons could match last year's win total with a victory tonight. We head out to Falcon Stadium to find out which of these teams would continue their forward momentum. First drive of the game, Sparks were flying. Tyler Sparks, that is, the Allendale quarterback, is in for the 10-yard touchdown with the help of his offensive line. Missed extra point gives the Falcons the 6-0 lead. Next possession for Allendale, and guess who? Sparks again. This time it's a 3-yard push to the promised land. Allendale leads 12-0 after another missed extra point. But the Hawkeyes get back in this one. Quarterback Justin McIllen keeps it himself, crosses the goal line for the 1-yard punch in. Unsuccessful 2-point conversion makes it a 12-6 Hamilton deficit. Now tell me how Tyler Jordan Sparks is supposed to breathe with no air when he's run all over the field. Sparks rushed for 7 touchdowns and 327 yards on the evening. The score puts Allendale up 18-6. Then he shows off his arm and finds a wide open Nolan Spencer who does the dirty work, 84 yards to pay dirt. Spencer can fly. Allendale leads 26-14. We got a high-scoring affair with a Hawkeyes star running back Ben Bain. Does what he does best. Scores touchdowns. He scored 5 last week, and here he finds the paint box from 39 yards out. That's his second rushing touchdown of the half. Makes it a 26-22 ball game, but the second half was more Allendale offense and defense. Logan Nason, he's going to record the sack here. Allendale wins the shootout 61-38, and the Falcons are 4-0.
I would have been disappointed if you didn't get a Jordan Sparks reference in there.
Had to get one in.
I saw it coming. Now, this is the first time that Allendale's been 4-0 since 2008. They've been just not necessarily unstoppable, but it looks like a completely different type of team. And they've taken care of business early in the schedule.
Oh, yeah, they got a tough couple of weeks coming up. Spring Lake and West Catholic back-to-back weeks. But this Allendale team, they are high-flying. Falcons going up high, doing really well. Tyler Sparks, 7 touchdowns on the ground. Get another in the air, 8 total touchdowns. What a performance by him.
Awesome. Now, staying in the OK Blue, Spring Lake was undefeated coming into tonight, and Coopersville fell just short last week against a very good West Catholic team.
Nate Belt was there as these Ottawa County rivals faced off tonight.
Yeah, guys, these two teams have met up every season dating back to 2010. Spring Lake had won 4 straight against the Broncos before Coopersville snapped that streak last year. Broncos up 19-14 in the third quarter. Looking to add to it here, but there's trouble with the handoff, and Spring Lake comes up with the fumble. That's Owen Smize taking it the other way. Long return. Lakers set up nicely now. Fourth quarter, Lakers looking to capitalize on that turnover. Ren Dephouse gets it going on the end around it. He is going to make a nice little juke back here to the inside, pick up the extra couple yards. Lakers spreading the wealth on this drive. This time, Bryce Collins fighting, taking the ball the other way, fighting to get inside the 10. Tough running from the Lakers all night. We got another example right here. Sam Schaefer. He's going to go up the gut, dragged down at the half-yard line, ruled down before that ball came out. Next play, quarterback Reed Grimmer. He's going to take it right up for the middle for the score. That's 4 different players, 4 straight touches on that drive. Lakers lead 2019. Broncos now trying to get back into it. It's 4th down here, and Bo Harris beats the defense to the edge to keep the drive alive, but Coopersville fumbled later, and the Lakers recovered. Spring Lake just needs 1 first down to seal it, and they have got it here, and a lot more. Schaefer fighting through the tackles. Great run. And then Spring Lake gets to go into the best formation of the night, the victory formation. Spring Lake remains undefeated with the 20-19 win. Muskegon versus Mona Shores has been a huge game every year for the last decade or so, and it still is, but it had a bit of a different feel to it tonight. The Big Reds and the Sailors have combined for just a record of 3-3 so far this season, but to be fair, they both had really tough schedules to start, and Mackay Guy from Muskegon to start off with a really tough run. Look how many tackles this dude breaks. Oh! He is so hard to bring down. This kid is just so much fun to watch.
Oh my goodness.
Incredible run, and he is going to show off his dual threat ability here. Next play. Launches it to the end zone, and Brant Brooks, the second, goes up and gets it.
Boss.
Great play. Muskegon leads 7-0. Sailors are going to air it out on their next drive as well. Quarterback Jonathan Pittman surprised to find Micah Karafeld that wide open. Nobody near him for the big gain, and he's going to break a tackle of his own. Look at that.
Okay.
He's going to get him inside the red zone now, and Mona would score right after that to get back into it. Now Mackay Guy, look at him again, planting that foot and just changing direction.
Ooh.
He's going to cut towards the pylon, and he's ruled just short, but Muskegon's going to score on the next play. Back to Mona now. Pittman tossing one in the back of the end zone. Watch this catch. Incredible focus by Yeager Johnson off the deflection. That's good in the pros. He got 2 feet in. Sailors tie right back up at 14. Here comes Jacob Price now up the middle for Muskegon, doing his best Barry Sanders impression, handing it off to the ref. Very respectful. We like to see that. Now Muskegon trying to get into that, keep that lead going, and bam! That is maybe the biggest hit you're going to see all year. That was Jacob Price again, this time on the defensive end, absolutely lighting up Pittman. And Muskegon doesn't look back all night. Big Reds win big, 42-21.
No, Nate, you were right about this rivalry always meaning a lot. Muskegon has now won 3 in a row in this series. but it doesn't matter what the records are. I just feel like this is the type of game that allows the winning team to get back on track.
It's one of the best games I've been to. I went to the game in Hackley last year. Just an unbelievable environment. I'm sure it was the same at Sailor Stadium this year, but wow, Muskegon way to bounce back after a tough 0-2 start to the year against some good opponents to begin the 2023 campaign, and now they are 2-2, looking good.
For sure. Now, the Big Reds and Sailors weren't the only huge rivalry game happening in Muskegon County tonight.
Up next, we take you up to Montague, where the Wildcats faced off against Whitehall in the annual Battle for the Bell.
And the latest MVP of the week vote may have been the closest in the history of 13 on Your Sidelines. Our MVP joins us here in the studio after the break.